and welcome to another episode of Richie's Gaming.
Gaming, I love it, so night and day I'll give it a go. Arcade, main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out and enjoy this year. Gaming, I love it, so night and day I'll give it a go. Arcade, main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out and enjoy this year. Love it, so night and day I'll give it a go. Arcade, main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the games. Gaming, I love it, so night and day I'll give it a go. Arcade, main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out and enjoy this year. Gaming, I love it, so night and day I'll give it a go. Arcade, main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out and enjoy this year.
So in today's episode, we're going to look at the fantastic game, which was Track and Field. 1984, it was brought out by a company called Konami. This was in no way a one-hit wonder company. These had some really amazingly good quality games back in the day. A couple of them you may be familiar with. They had Castlevania. That was really a nice game. I was not really a big fan of it, but I do know a lot of friends that really loved it. And I do know it's a very popular game, and actually still is. We had Gradius, which is a bit of a shooter game. Metal Gear, which was quite a big game, and then we had Contra, and Contra was kind of brought out around the Reagan time with the Iranian crisis going on, and that was a huge hit on the arcade, but even more, I believe, on the Nintendo. There was a big hit there. One of my personal favorites they brought out was Time Pilot, and I really love Time Pilot. Very simple game, a shoot 'em up with a little plane that can go in 360 degrees, and definitely one of the games I enjoyed. Then they went a bit quiet for a while, as most companies did with that kind of arcade, dip that we had towards around the end of the 80s, early 90s. And then they brought out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that was a gigantic hit. And it deserved it. It was such a phenomenal game. I really enjoyed that. Me and my friend used to go and grass mow lawns for people with the lawnmower. And all the money we'd make for the day would all go straight into that machine at night. There was no question about it. And we would just play that through. We could never beat it. And I will do an episode on that game, and I will beat it. But we just couldn't beat it. It was just too hard of a game back in those days. At least for us, we were a bit young. And then they brought out The Simpsons, which is kind of similar gameplay. I was kind of a fan. It wasn't a big game for me. But definitely a good game. A good quality game. But Track and Field. Basically you have this guy, and then you have this guy for the second player, and they basically compete against each other. Even when you're playing one player, you're competing against him, but not so much against him, but you need to qualify, and he's just also there. It's not that if he beats you, you can't get through. The main thing is you make the qualifying time. This was a huge success. It was done in 1984 for the Los Angeles Olympics. You see that going on there. So it was timed very well. It was the biggest game of 1984, and it still has the biggest real life competition today. They actually held a competition, and with over 1 million people. So as far as I know, to date, it's still one of the biggest games going on. A couple of the all the events that you have the 100. Oh, sorry, I'll move my game. You have the 100 meter. So, he runs across, and the trick with the 100 meter is, the trick with the game itself is you have 3 buttons. You have 2 run buttons and a jump button in the middle. And you can just use one or the other for running. And you can see it goes a little bit fast. If you use 2, then you need to hit this one, and then at the half time, it has to be quite timed so that, basically there's an even time between the 2. That's very important. And then, of course, the faster you do that, the faster you run, it's even faster, and then faster still. And, as a kid, I couldn't get past the first stage. I was too young. I think I was around 8 or 9, and I just couldn't get it. And there were a lot of cheating. I'll show you some of the cheats they used to use with lighters and stuff like that later on the arcade. But that was, they had the 100, and then they had the long jump, and the same thing. You run, press the button, and you got to hold it till it gets to 45 degrees. there is, people say 42 degrees and this and that. I don't believe it. 45 is halfway between 0 and 90. I can't see how another degree would be a better degree than 45. So I've always stuck with 45 degrees. And then he's going to jump, You got the javelin, and, as he runs up and so forth, he throws the javelin, and you can see, just grab that there. I don't want that going anywhere. And you'll see that he'll throw again at 45 degrees. Want to get about 80 meters, I believe. You have the hurdles. Let me just help him with that. So put my fingers here, and you can see he runs across and just, a little bit harder, and he hurdles across. And it's just a simple hurdle game, 110 meters. Then you have the hammer throw, and we'll switch to a top view. And as you can see, he's spinning, and then he releases it. Also, again, hold the button, let go, at a 45 degree angle. And as you can see, I'll also grab that and put that next to javelin. Also, as you can see, that can go flying off, and you want to get to about 80 or 90 meters. That's about what I've got. Then you have high jump. One of my favorites, and a hard one for a lot of people, because you kind of got to do two things. It's kind of like, being able to pat your head and rub your stomach. Your hands need to be doing two different things. And I'll show you on the arcade. But just an example, we'll use this hook. See how he's running up, and then he's going to come up, and then he kind of lifts his legs, and over he goes onto the map. So they're the events that were in this game. The problem with this game, I guess, for operators was you got a lot of damaged machines because it's just brutal on the machines. You had the button pressing. Then some operators had the wiggle with the joystick. It goes faster, but I thought that was cheap. The wiggling of the joystick, and I think also probably that broke the joystick more than it would have broken the buttons. And I heard some rumors, I never saw it myself, of a trackball being used, So I think that's just completely silly. But I never saw it, but I've heard it a few times. I don't think that's the best way to do it. But it was the biggest game of the time. And, I've got here the official video game and pinball book of world records. Probably a bit outdated, but I'm just going to use these as the records because I probably can't beat any of them anyway. If you like, put a comment in and tell me what the current record is. But right now, if I look at the record, then you will see for track and field, it is 95,930 by a person called Tommy J. Tilholner in Helsinki, Sweden, back on the 2nd of August 2005. And that points means how many points can you get in the first round. Because with track and field, if you make it through the first round, you do the second round again. But then the qualifying is a lot harder. So the first round, I believe, is 16 seconds to do the 100 meters, or you don't get through. And the second one is 10:50. And that's pretty hard. I don't always get there at all. So let's see if I'm going to get there. And let's get on with some gameplay. All right, so let's get into it. We put our credit in. And first we put our name in. This is one of my games that actually keeps my records. Always use, for some reason, yeah, there we go. All right, now, as you see here, I've got to get 16 seconds. This guy, a friend of mine, is phenomenal at this game.
Get set.
All right, not very happy with that. But it qualifies, but I'm not so happy with that at all, to tell you the truth. I wanted to get around 10, but okay. Now, first I always do it with one button, just to qualify. Again, the same guy, just phenomenal at this game. So we just go with one button, and right at the line, we want to get 45 degrees. There we are, perfect. This is going to be a good one. But still, not even close to 9 meters. You have to use the two buttons. It's the only way to get faster on it. So let's go with two buttons now. And we go slow and get into the rhythm. Remember what I said, it's a rhythm. Yeah. Now you can stop pressing it around here and it will continue at the same speed. It's not going to slow down. Here is kind of like you don't have to press the button, period. Alright. It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah. It's going to beat the other one I did. And it moved the screen a little bit. Always happy when you move the screen. Yeah, okay, well, I thought it was better than that. No, okay. Then we got a javelin. Okay, exact same kind of game, 45 degrees. You can see he's still on the board there. I'm going to do it with one hand just to qualify it. Always my technique. And should be a good one. It's got to qualify, that's the main thing. Nice. Some people say keep pressing the button as it's flying. I don't believe that. So now we're going to use it with 2. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. Could have got 2 more degrees. Around this, the degrees makes a big difference. Just 1 more degrees gives you quite a lot of distance. 2 degrees would have got me over 80. So try. And I got a foul. Going over the line, of course, gives you a foul. I think it purposely goes way more than what you normally would have got. Yeah, I don't think I would have got that if I had got it right. Anyway, alright, now the hurdles. Just going to use one finger because I really want to get through this. So I'm going to leave this button alone. Oh, alright, if you go too fast, you lose this and you get 3 chances for that. And you want to jump around the number. When you get to that number 50, 60, that's when you want to jump. Okay, there's no number. And then 2 buttons here at the end. And I made it, yes. Alright. Now comes the event that I excel at. So one of the only events, or few events I've got my name on. And that's here. I don't know, but 98.5 is very hard to get past. So the first one we're going to do is press the button. And you want to do it when it's red. See, bang, red. And you want to hold it till it's 40. Now we just kept it safe, just to qualify. Easy qualification. Now I'm going to push it a little bit harder. Alright, we want to get right to the end. Oh, there we go. This could be a record. Oh, yes, a record, cool. So 3rd. If I had got it on 2 more degrees, that would have been the number 1, I think. But anyway, alright, that was a good one. Now let's do, come on. Right on the end. There, see, out. And here it does go way far. It would never have gone that far if it was in. I know those people would have hurt their head. Alright, now we have the other one that I'm completely dominating on, and that's high jump. So this one is all about constantly doing this and then slowly pressing the middle one. So watch. See, you want to slowly get, and wait for the legs to go up, bang. You see, you kind of want to angle it and as he goes along, but you've got to keep pressing, you've got to keep running. And you want to ideally do it too, but I just can't. So jump, around the eye you want to jump. That's easy. You want to jump a little bit further around here. Alright. Still not so good. I mean, I'll get over it, but these are the easy ones. I've got to jump after that eye if I want to have a better chance. Still okay, but still not where I wanted. Alright, come on. Now, a little bit after the eye. Got it. I'm jumping to it. There you go. That's it. That's way better. See? That's way better. Cool. Alright. Whew. Your arm gets sore, I'll tell you that. Nah, that's going to... I should make that, but I wouldn't make that if it was 2 more centimeters higher. I'll tell you that. Whew. Let's go, come on. That's it, see? Easy, alright. It's all about the timing as you get over. Okay. Let's go, come on. Go. Yes, alright. Okay, 4 more centimeters. I get 3 faults. I can fail 3 times. Yes, alright. Whew. Let's do this. Come on. Come, go. Yes! Oh, cool, that was close. Alright, this one I'll get the third spot. But it's going to be very hard. Alright. Go. Yes! Oh, I done it. Cool. That's third. Alright, let's go and get second and third. Oh, this is going to be hard. Alright, ready? Let's do this. Come on. Go. Ah, see? Alright, if I fail one more time, I'm going to have to use 2 buttons. I'm not going to be able to do it with just 1 button. Yes, done it. Number 1. Alright, now we're all done. I'll go get this one. Alright, come on. Come on. Nah, alright, I've got to use 2 buttons. I'm not going to be able to do it otherwise. It's going to be very hard, but... yeah, it's too complex, too hard. Alright, but I got first spot. Oh, it's going to be very hard to qualify in the 100 meters. So, all the events are done. I've made it through. Here's my reward. Yeah, number 1 on the podium, and know where the other people are. Never saw a number 3, so it is. Nice kiss from a nice chick. I guess that's the reward and the recognition of being number 1 in the world. Now we're going to get 1050. This is going to be near impossible, especially, but we're going to do our best. That was a good start. Done it! Yes. Whew. Alright. Now that's all I like. Whew. Alright. This is a workout, I tell you. 850. Alright, I'm only going to use 2. There's no point otherwise. Yeah. It's going to be very, very hard to get to 850.
The distance 7.60 meters.
Yeah. Oh man. It's dead in my arms is just dead. I don't know how he gets 9.4 and stuff. He's just a machine. I mean, it would be good to be able to do that, but I just can't do that. Alright. No. Alright. But I'm happy with that. You know, I got pretty far, 72,000. So we'll see how that racks up on the overall board, because like I said, it keeps the scores. Whew. And we'll have a look at what I came overall, and I am at 6. That's a 6. It is my arcade. It would be nice to be number 1 on my arcade, but can't be. But happy with that. So that's the gameplay. Let me just wrap it up. So that was track and field. My arm's still killing. I mean, it really takes it out of you. I couldn't do more than 1 game in a row, and I need a bit of a break after that. But I was pretty impressed with my result. I thought I did pretty well. If you've got any videos where you're doing better, please send them in. I always welcome watching them. And what you'll see here is this guy, and this is phenomenal. This guy is the fastest guy I believe in the world. I haven't seen anything faster, but this is the clip of this guy. Pretty amazing, huh? So, yeah, again, a great game, great company, and one I really thoroughly enjoy playing, especially with some mates when they come around here. So, I hope you liked this episode, and, you know, maybe picked up a few things, or reignited your passion for the track and field game. Maybe you want to go out and play it again. As usual, there's a link to playing it online in the description for this video. And I wish you guys happy gaming, and take care, and I hope to see you in my next episode. All the best.
Gaming, I love it, so night and day, I'll give it a go. Arcade main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out, and enjoy this year. Gaming, I love it, so night and day, I'll give it a go. Arcade main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out, and enjoy this year. Love it, so night and day, I'll give it a go. Arcade main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the games. Gaming, I love it, so night and day, I'll give it a go. Arcade main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out, and enjoy this year. Gaming, I love it, so night and day, I'll give it a go. Arcade main, Nintendo, Sega, Atari, PSX, Commodore, Amiga. If the game is good, I'll cover it here. Just stand by, chill out, and enjoy this year.
Alright, so two cheats that I wanted to show you. One that I can vouch for that I used to use as a kid if I could. The other I've heard about but I can't really get the knack of. The first is you need something with a round edge. You can use a lighter, they're best, the Bic lighters that have the round edge. I don't have one, so I'm going to try and use this remote. And what you want to do is basically just rub it across, and that's it. And that's meant to give you an incredible speed up. Not sure if it really helps. When I was a kid it did help, but I'm a little bit faster now. So let's just have a look and we'll see.
On your mark. Get set.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's one cheat that does help. Because at 1025 I kind of killed that. I wasn't even going that hard. So I think with a lighter, which has got more rounded edge, that would be a lot better. And the other one is with a knife, and you're meant to do this, but kind of like, so see? Nah, I don't believe that. Alright, I'll try one more, kind of like this. So, well, it is easier to, okay, if you practice enough, this could be a way to do it. It was easier to do than tapping it. Another way is with like an electric knife or something that with a mechanical thing. Of course, there are a lot of things that could push it a lot faster. Or if you really wanted to, you could lift the button up if you can, like unscrew it, and then put two cables in, and with a little microprocessor, like an ESP32, you could send the signals every microsecond. That would be another way to do it. But they're the cheat ways. So if you've got any other ways to cheat this game, feel free to send them in. I'd be interested to see, because it's always fun to see exactly what is possible with the game. Alright, thanks for watching the bonus bit.